When you look at existing home prices after 7 of the 8 last presidential elections, again, prices went up. Presidential election years affect the national housing market and mortgage rates through 3 interrelated channels: uncertainty, policy expectations, and consumer confidence. Consumers may choose to postpone major purchases or sales until they gain greater confidence in the country's direction. So let's look at what has happened. In 2008, there was a global crisis, financial crisis and recession. That was the mortgage collapse, right? And that was done basically through fraud. In 2012, we saw the election, but there was a fiscal cliff. We had major health care expansion. It was reviewed by the Supreme Court. European debt crisis in 2016. There was a Brexit referendum in 2020. There's global pandemic. And in 2024, we have high inflation and a ton of strife and conflict and wars going around the country. So usually the reality is that home sales are unchanged compared to non-election years, the exception being November, and that's because November is usually slower than normal. So in non-election years, November slows down in October and November by normally 9.8%, but in election years it slows down 15% because everybody's looking, everybody's kind of worried about where they're going. And you can look at this graph and it shows the annual existing home sales in 9 of the 11 past presidential elections. Sales went up after the election happened. Right? Every single time. Doesn't matter who is elected, doesn't matter what party, anything. 9 out of 11, the sale number actually went up.